Let's take a look at global warming in South Jersey. This is a view of the morning after the great snowstorm. Rhododendrons just covered with snow. And here's a tree bent over from the weight. Hopefully it won't snap. Here's some branches, the way they don't usually look. Oh, poor hemlock tree. Hemlock is an evergreen. By the looks of it, you can hardly tell. One could say that the trees look rather lovely after the snowstorm. Here the tree line has a Colorado effect. The type of look you'd expect in the tall mountains, not the flatlands of South Jersey. There is a chill in the air, and in the distance, one can hear the wind. Here's some damage from the storm. A pine tree has snapped. Amazing. This is a trunk of the pine. If you look closely, you can see that it almost looks like a multitude of toothpicks. So sad to see a tree that took so many years to grow to be laying. This is a bird bath. At least that's its function during the summer. Looks like St. Francis is beginning to melt. This is a branch of a pine, almost touching the ground. And look at our little birdhouse. Next to its suet container, also snow-covered. Let's continue with our tour. Hopefully we won't find too much damage. Maybe I'm being optimistic. Even with the sun shining brightly, there's been very limited melting. Here's a bit of damage. Some broken pine limbs, but also bamboo, so bent from the weight of snow that its tips are touching the ground. Let's follow the arc of this mighty bamboo, so bent from the weight of snow. And here is an entire outcrop of bamboo, all leaning in the same direction, touching the roof of a shed. Look how thick the snow is on these small branches. And here is a view of the back. Despite damage, there is a wonderful winter wonderland effect here. Uh-oh, I see that a tree has snapped. It's overhanging bamboo. This is another evergreen. Not much green to be found. There's a tree touching the ground, bent over from its weight of snow. This is a view of a bench with a table in front of it. You can hardly see them. And in the background, hemlock. Looking rather distressed from its burden of snow. This is another bench, and behind it, rhododendrons. And there in the distance, a view of bamboo that is touching the corner of the house. There's a bird that's not feeling the cold. Another bench covered in snow. And there's a bird feeder. It's not getting too many visitors today. Even the bag of suet is snow covered. Here's a view of our bird from the other side. Another snow-covered bird bath. Next to an owl. And here is what once was a birdhouse before the squirrels decided to enlarge the entrance holes and use it for their summer residence. This fellow is a garden ornament. I refer to him as Aztec Man. He has an exotic look about him. Here's a profile. And behind him, rhododendrons. It doesn't look like this bell will be ringing in springtime anytime soon. This is a final look at Winter Wonderland from Wanda's World. When did they say that global warming was going to arrive?